Hi. All right. I'm gonna keep my headphones on, and just because I want to make sure my video. Where am I? Wow, you can tell Mercury's going into retrograde right now. Yeah, it has to be. This is shit show. But I'm gonna keep my headphones on. Let me know how the volume is, guys. Whoever decides to join after what I just did. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You are the solar flash. I'll wait for people to join, or should I just start talking? God, please don't echo. Please work. Okay. So I'll keep my headphones on until people start showing up. But I want to say it's good. I think the volume is good right now. So I'm gonna keep my headphones close by, and hopefully this continues to work okay. But thank you for joining, whoever is going to watch, whoever is going to tune in. This is, I believe, my third attempt to come on here. First attempt, there was no sound. Second attempt, there was massive echo. And we'll see how this goes. But I think I just lost two people that... Okay, so far so good. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Let me just put my glasses on. You might, if you're just watching this on replay, Tamsi, sound is okay? All right, good, hun. Thank you for letting me know, you and Hattie. How are you guys doing? How's your Sunday? I guess I'll move this. Let me know if the sound goes crazy again, okay? How's everyone's Sunday coming along? All right, so I did want to discuss a few points, including the last video that I did. I really want to talk about my last video. Now let's get back to the solar flash. The solar flash is not what you think it is, Tamsi. What I was trying to say in the video that started echoing is that I didn't get any communication specifically about any solar flash. Everything I've heard about it has been from other spiritual channels, but what I got was, I'm going to get into what I personally got here, and that sort of makes sense to me. Now, some other spiritual channels have talked about the solar flash in the form of that you, me, people are the solar flash. Now that I believe, that makes sense to me. And again, it goes hand in hand with sort of the download that I wanted to get into here with you guys. But before that, how did you guys like my last video that I uploaded? I wanted to get into a little bit without lecturing, without talking down to, and without shaming. I don't want these energies. I don't want to come off as someone who lectures down, as someone who holds the moral high ground. Hello, TZ Burton. How are you, hun? So I did want to get into why I did my last video, and it's funny because my last video came to me as I don't want to say a download, but it really came to me out of nowhere. I don't even remember. I've learned to develop my intuition to the point that if there's a message that my higher self wants me to get, that I immediately tune into it. I don't doubt it at all. Not at all. That was me before. Now I've learned to immediately understand that this is something that I need to pick up and run with. So the Red Riding Hood, or the Hoodwinked video that I did, came to me as an aha moment, completely unexpected. I think I was doing something completely different. If anything, I believe I was angry at something, and I was trying to calm myself down, and suddenly, ping! This message came down for this video. Man, I'm really making this quite the saga, aren't I? But that video came to me, or the idea came to me, and I delivered it because something happened. I'm doing a trilogy or a 3-part series that might extend to more than 3 parts, but for now it's just 3 parts on the lower chakras. So I'm doing the root, I'm doing the sacral, and I'm doing the solar plexus, and I'm doing healing sessions as well as chakra healing, energy healing. But when I did the second lower chakra, which is the sacral, I really focused on retrieving your sexual energy back from previous sexual partners you've had, even if it's just one. It doesn't matter. You could have just only had one sexual partner, but you're still leaking your sexual energy to them. Or sexual trauma, events that have traumatized you sexually. Hello, Evan. Thank you for the heights. Events that have traumatized you sexually that continue to leak. You leak your sexual power to them. So I posted it here. I usually take the link from my Patreon to the sessions that I perform that are exclusive to Patreon, and I share them. I shared one here on YouTube, and then I shared, thank you to the 5 people who are here watching. Please feel free to engage. And I will be doing, if time allows, a collective oracle and tarot reading, if possible, to see where we're heading into in 2025. Now I'm going to backtrack. And I posted it on Facebook. Facebook continues to be the thorn in my side. I don't know what to do with that platform. I don't know if it's even worth it anymore. And I think I've said this multiple times, and I probably should just pull the plug and just leave. But I don't know. I have a massive, people on my page. There's quite a bit of people. Is it possible to completely heal the sacral chakra from negative behaviors and patterns? Of course it is. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? That's up to you. That's up to the person. But anyhow, I'm really making quite the story out of this. So I posted this on Facebook. And like I said, Facebook is the thorn in my side. So what happened is I woke up the next morning. I don't really pay attention to comments. I try to let people say what they want. But under that specific video, sacral chakra, where I said you're going to retrieve your sexual power because that's what the healing is about. I found, of course, the people that were commented were all men. No problems with all men commenting, that's fine. One person said, I don't have any problems with my sexual power. If anything, it is too much, and I find that I have to hold it back and tame it down, and then laughing emoji. And then since he commented, I read that comment, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's his opinion. I'll just let it be. Someone else commented and said, I wake up every morning with a hard-on. And then there was another comment it was all men talking about their penises, basically. So I ended up deleting all the comments. Might have been a bit reactive, but I honestly don't want this energy at all on anywhere near me. And again, I'm trying to come through here as not lecturing down to. I really want to shine a light on ego. I really want to shine a light on how the ego invades aspects of your life and you're not even aware of it. Hello. Hi, Han. So yeah, I didn't want my post to be, first of all, my page and my posts are not a platform for anyone's penis. If you want to talk about your penis, feel free to do it away from me. I've got no problem with penises. I am very aware that men have penises. But I'm also very aware that the ego, the male ego, likes to attach itself, especially in the male sexuality. which is for them the penis. And men love talking about their penises. You don't see a lot of women going around talking about their vaginas. Sorry guys, I have to put this out there. And instead of getting angry and doing a YouTube video, oh, people, stop talking about your penis on my page. No, I unfriended these people. I wish them well, them and their penises, all the best to you. But that was not, if this is what you thought my work is about, then there's no value of my work for you being on my page. There's absolutely no value. Good luck to you. Power on, you and your penis. But my work is actually for people who understand what sexual trauma or leaking your sexual energy or sacral chakra balancing is. And then I decided that video came to me, or that idea came to me, which is hoodwinked by ego. A lot of people don't know where their ego is operating in their life, and the ego is not a bad thing. The ego is not your enemy. But you really need to start shining the light of awareness on where it is ego has taken over in your life. If your penis is operated by your ego, then good luck. You might want to start paying attention. And chances are you, more than anyone, the people who said to me on my page under my spiritual post about sacral chakra and sexual healing, that they wake up every morning with a hard-on, you need that healing more than anyone. More than anyone, you need that. So I just wanted to put that out there. And that last video is dedicated to you. Thank you for inspiring me. Instead of getting angry and losing my shit, I ended up turning it into creativity. And I made a hoodwinked by ego video. I love that video, and I know it hasn't gotten a lot of views, and it probably won't, but I'm so proud of myself. I really am. Okay, I'm done now. I'm gonna stop talking. This is why boys need to be educated on twin flame energies and the need of balancing masculine and feminine. You're right in using the term boys, because those are not men. Whoops, sorry. I said I wasn't going to shame. A little bit of shaming doesn't hurt. All right. Now that I'm done talking about men and their penises, as usual, this YouTube video is probably going to get censored. Let's get into the solar flash, and let's get into, hopefully there'll be time to do a tarot or oracle reading. We'll see. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the download that I got, which I was going to talk about the last time I was on here, but I never did. The download was very specific. The words were very specific, and I was going to turn it into a writing, but I've been so busy that I haven't received any more information regarding it. So I'm just going to say it as it is, okay? Because I guess you call it automatic writing. Like I just start writing, everything that comes down. So what the message entailed was, instead of tuning into the news, choose to tune into yourself. And I'm going to tie this in with the solar flash, okay? You have to start learning. Bang Bang is laughing. You're happy that I talked about penises. Okay, I'm going to stop. So instead of tuning into the news, you know how you turn on the TV and you start clicking? I grew up in the old days when the TV had antennas and you had to move the antennas and you had to dial the TV to a specific frequency, which is why the comparison. Instead of tuning into the news frequency, learn how to tune into your own frequency, which requires you to sit down in solitude, in stillness, and in presence, and dial into your own self and figure out what your vibration is, what your frequency is. Instead of tuning into the news, choose to tune into your own self. So, like I said, the same way you search for the news frequency on the TV or the radio or whatever it is, search and find your own frequency and tune into it and begin to broadcast it instead of broadcasting the news, which is what half of the earth is doing right now. Especially, God love them. I don't hate anyone. I'm not trying to shame anyone. The people with Trump derangement syndrome. Because they paid my channel a little visit just after the election. It's the same words that the news says. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. And you see it, like, again, you see it on both sides, the right and the left. The right also repeats the same bullshit that their own, I guess, propaganda says, about the left. And the left repeats the same propaganda that their news repeats to them. So we have people they're functioning as parrots. They regurgitate the news. I can't stand people who repeat the news. This is the definition of indoctrination. Like, I tell me what you think. Tell me your own opinion. Don't repeat the news to me, for the love of anything. For the love of intelligence. Formulate your own opinion outside of the news. Find out what it is you think. Allow yourself to think. Allow yourself to feel. And not be manipulated by the news. That's all I want. I want this from humanity before I die. This is my wish. So, okay, I got really intense there for a minute. Stop allowing these entities, these systems, these people who really don't give two shits about you. They don't care. They don't know you. They want to control the masses, and they have been. They've been controlling the masses forever. And now that the masses are waking up, they don't like it. So join the masses by finding your own frequency and stop allowing them to control you. Whatever they are, whatever it is you tune into and believe, and get angry when someone goes against. That's what I'm talking about. And on top of that, whoa, I'm getting cold, which means spirit is near. Spirit is near. They siphon your power. That's the number one thing that they do is, hello everyone. Whoa, what's everyone saying? News is everywhere now. It's hard to escape it. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. I frequently visit the hospital. It's funny. The hospital has to have the news on. It's either CNN or CBC or CTV or one of these garbage news stations. And wherever the news is, I will go the farthest. And usually the volume, they have to have the volume on in the hospital. It's incredible to me. I will move away as far as I can, and I will make it known that I do not want to watch, nor do I want to listen to this. Nothing's ever done about it. They don't give two shits. But it's funny, I was in the ER a few years ago, maybe 3, when Trump won. No, Trump was in power, and I was in the ER waiting, and they had Trump hate blasting full scale in the emergency room, in the waiting room. And I remember I was so ill that I can't take negative energy. And it was just pure unadulterated Trump hatred. And I went up to the nurse and I told her, please turn this off. And she said she can't. So I went back and I laid down. I think it was about 4 to 5 hours that I was listening to nonstop. It was just one program after the next, Trump hatred, that I ended up throwing up. And it's funny. I threw up 5 times. I was there for 5 hours. I will never forget that. And it's not because I love him. It's the energy. It's the energy of hatred that I can't take. So the news indoctrinates people with emotion. It doesn't even indoctrinate them with information anymore. It's emotion. Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant. Straight up popper siphonings. Okay. Keep shining. Anyhow, so your power is being siphoned from you, is how the news operates. They take away your own power, and then they start pumping you with garbage, basically, hate, fear, all that rubbish. And you end up, because you can't take it, your body's not designed to hold this rubbish, you end up blah, 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 blah. You repeat it everywhere you go. You repeat it. Da, 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 da. I guess they call them NPCs. Is that the term? So if you feel tired of hate, anger, and rage, it's because you've been you feel tired of the hate, anger, and rage that you have been told to carry. That is, thank you for the hearts. It's because they are not yours to carry. And if you had tuned into your own frequency, the same way you tune into the news, you would know what your frequency is. And you would know to stay away from frequencies like the TV, like the news, like the radio, like. That does not feel right. They don't harmonize with who you are. But a lot of people don't know their own frequency right now. So you are none of it. Your frequency, allow me to tell you, is that of love. And the sad part is that you, at a deep, deep level, have a knowing that you are love, that you are pure love, unconditional love. That is your frequency, and that is the frequency that unites humanity together. So if you hate this person and you hate that person and they think this, so I'm going to hate them, and they voted for him, that I'm going to hate them, you're not tuned into your own original blueprint frequency. You're tuned into a foreign frequency that has unfortunately invaded you. So no one wants to live, that's the other thing. Nobody wants to live in a world filled with hatred and rage. So the question is, why are you creating this world by adding these energies into it? I've not heard the news say anything. It's funny, the news operates on fear and just fear and shock. Shock. What shocks people? Let's get clicks. What enrages people and shocks them? And what's the most negative thing? What's the most horrendous thing that happened on this planet? And let's put it on. That's how the news operates. And what people do is they repeat. They broadcast. Everyone's broadcasting the news. Oh, did you hear the news? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to broadcast the news for you. And then they wonder why this world is shit. Well, the world is shit because you're adding to the shit. All right? Nobody wants to live in a world of shit. We want a nice world. If we can at least begin this cycle right now, I mean, it's already done for people like me. But we want to improve it for the people coming after us. So let's start now by tuning into our own frequency. Be the change that you want to see in this world. If you hate Trump, if you hate Trump supporters, if you hate this person, if you hate Democrats, if you hate the left, if you hate all these people, then put out the energy of love. If you accuse them of being fear-mongers, hate-filled, you're putting out the same energy that you're complaining about. That you're seeing in them and you're complaining about, you're doing the same thing. Same thing. Okay, so if you don't like that, then do the opposite. Put out love, put out joy, put out happiness, put out acceptance, put out tolerance, put out patience. Try it. Unconditional love, forgiveness. Try these things. Try it today. Do it, something small in your life. Something very small. You don't have to go for, forgive somebody who, I don't know, hurt you or anything. Something very small. I was, like you guys know, I live in a very sort of, radical leftist part of Canada. And there's a specific way society operates here, and if you don't do it, they make you feel their wrath. If you go outside societal norms, God forbid. One of the things they want you to do here is open the door for them. It's very important for Canadians that the person in front of them opens the door for them. It's I don't even know what to tell you. Like, it's like it's mentioned in a religious textbook somewhere. So I've learned to do this because I don't want to deal with the insanity that follows when you don't open the door for the person behind you. Now, the person behind you, when you open the door for them, they don't say thank you. 90% of the time they don't say thank you because they believe it's their right that you open the door for them. It's important to get more positive input than negative input. Yes, it is. Which is why you need to know what your frequency is. Because people who have allowed the news to literally invade them, they don't know what frequency. They've tuned into the frequency of the news, which is why I call it sort of the hive mind, and you're plugged into it. I was going downstairs to take the garbage down, and an older lady with her mask opened the door for me. And I tend to be very low volume. So I said thank you, but I think she's hard of hearing and my volume was really low. She did not hear me. She started yelling. She started yelling at me as she held the door open for me because I did not say thank you to her. And I was shocked. Like, I was in horror. Like, I couldn't believe this. Like, this was actually happening in front of me. So I looked at her and I said to her, "You are filled with hatred." And I didn't even tell her I said thank you. There was no excusing what she was doing. Even if I didn't say thank you. People don't say thank you to me all the time. Men, young, fit men, I open the door for them, they just go through it. I laugh. But she gave herself the right to put out so much hatred and rage at me because she didn't hear me when I said thank you. And when I confronted her and told her, "You are filled with hatred," she walked away. She turned her head. She was offended, so offended that she walked away. Like, literally walked away. So that's not normal. That, I don't know in what world, what bubble this person and people like her live in, but this isn't normal, and this is almost radical behavior. Now, I know it's about opening a door, but she chose violence. Like, that was energetic violence. And I'm afraid to know what a person like her would do should you cross them on other things. So we have to start dialing ourselves back. It's like the ego. You have to keep your ego in check. You have to keep that in check. You have to keep the hatred and the energy that you're pumping out into this world in check. Because all of this stuff will come back to you. You can't, you put, it's like karma. You put out hatred. Don't be shocked when hatred comes back to you and meets you. Because you've put it out there. So what do you expect? Love to come back? Like attracts like. This is a universal law. So, anyhow. All right. Going back to what I was saying. Be the light. Be the love. Bring unity. Stop putting out the same energy you're complaining about or condemning. And stop acting like the monsters you are calling out or that you're afraid of. Stop countering fire with fire. And when you do this, and when we do this as a collective, guess what happens? The solar flash that everyone's talking about. I don't believe that the sun is going to eject a big part of its coronal mass. It might happen, who knows? I mean, we do live in very, very interesting times. But I do believe that the solar flash refers to each of us dialing into our own frequency of love, of high vibration, and holding the light, bringing the light, shining the light, becoming aware, You raise the vibration of this earth. And that's what I believe the solar flash is. And I believe it's happening right now. I believe it. I do believe this. There might be solar events that are ongoing, but I don't think an external event is going to come the way that people think it is. I think it's us. I think it's the awakening of humanity that is the solar flash, and it's going to continue. It's not going to go back. It's not going to stop. We are in a sort of a snowball effect, if you may. So that's my little 2 cents worth on the solar flash. It's us. It's nothing outside of us. People keep thinking that something outside of us is going to save us. That is not going to happen. You are your savior. And the more people realize this and go within and tune into their own frequency, the faster this will happen. And the more effective it will be. There is only a time fraction of, there is a what? A world population that would even begin to understand what living in frequency or infinite love means. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think we're seeing, it depends on where you live as well. So I know I'm biased by where I live. I know I'm very biased, which is why I don't pay attention to it at all. I don't pay attention to the news. I don't pay attention to the people around me. I've pretty much isolated myself, and I know that's not good. I'm not saying people should do the same. But I'm very, very selective with what it is I consume, with what it is I believe. I do know that social media and media, the majority of humanity has left social media. The normal human beings are not on social media at all anymore, at all. They're off of social media, and a lot of them don't even watch the news. So you can't gauge how much of us are aware, and it's an event that's happening every day. People are waking up. Every day, people are waking up. So you can't be pessimistic. This is an ongoing process. It's a lifelong process. It has started in our lifetime. That is all. So do your part. Work on yourself. Be the light. Be the change that you want to see in this world. That's what I'm going to say. Let's draw a tarot card. Because I do want to do a little bit of a tarot reading. Maybe even an oracle reading. We'll see. So, yeah, if anybody here wants a private reading, I don't do private readings online, not in public. I do them in private, so you'd have to join my Patreon. So this is a reading for us as a collective, as a species, as humanity. I want to know, I guess, let us know where we're heading to in 2025. My hands are frigid right now, and my feet are frigid. Where are we heading to, Spirit? Thank you. Give us a clue, give us a sign, give us a message. On where humanity is heading to in 2025. Nothing wants to come out. Is that good or bad? Where are we heading to, Spirit? Sorry, my foot just went numb. Where are we heading to in 2025? Okay, that one sort of flew right out. Let's see what we got. Man, I love Spirit. 10 of Swords. Look at the card. Look at the card. What do you guys see? I'll tell you what I see. I see a person who has their backs. This person is walking away from something, and they're walking towards a massive light. And on top of this person is a bunch of crows that are trying to distract. The energy is they're trying to distract the person from going towards the light. But it seems to me that we are determined as a species to head towards the light, regardless of the distractions, regardless of our, the fear, the negativity, the bombardment of whatever it is, the attacks that are coming at us from above us. Our focus is straight ahead, towards a brighter future, towards the light, and we're leaving the old world behind. That is what I see in this card, the 10 of Swords. It's a challenge. The threat is still here. As you can see, the crows are still circling. They're circling, but humanity is determined. And we've already turned our backs. There's no going back. This is the perfect card. Perfect card. It's just, to me, it's a card of determination. That's what I see. So that's that. That is that. All right. Well, I did my tarot. I blabbed. I talked about penises. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share, they'd like to ask? And in my Patreon, I'm probably going to finish off the third lower chakra, which is the solar plexus. Now, I was thinking, since I did a solar plexus healing and I put it on YouTube, what I am going to upload in my Patreon is going to be a tarot and oracle reading. And it's going to be focused on the solar plexus chakra. So that's going to be maybe some affirmations, but I believe it's going to be a tarot reading. And that's probably going to be uploaded sometime next week, unless Spirit decides to give me some hints and clues and cues on what I should do. I do plan on it being a tarot and oracle reading, and it's going to be uploaded in my Patreon. All right, there. I just blabbed for I don't know how long. Any questions? Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? Any requests? What do you guys want to see next video? Let me know, since I'm here. Social media is bad. I like watching interviews about interesting topics. Social media has become unrecognizable, and the sad part is the addiction that a lot of people have developed to their digital devices, like their phones, their computers, as well as social media. I go on Twitter. I have an account on Twitter, and I quickly look and I close it. I spend not even 5 full minutes, maybe 1 minute. I quickly scroll. Where's humanity now? Who's having what meltdown? And then I just leave. And I leave that energy. Like, I don't take the energy of Twitter with me. It's icky. It's too yucky. I don't like it. Like, I feel like I have to go get a bath after I go on Twitter. You know? Thank you, Bonfire D. You're welcome, love. You're welcome. All right, guys. I guess I'll finish off. Oh, wait, what? Tam C. Will the timeline split become even more obvious? Yes, yes. It's to me, it's very obvious right now. I mean, the divided Earth is very evident right now, especially with world events that are happening. You're seeing how humanity is divided, and one group is unable to see eye to eye or even understand the other group, and because they can't understand them, they judge them and they vilify them. Nah, how dare you? You're seeing it with things like Palestine versus Israel, Ukraine versus Russia, Trump, liberals versus conservatives, the big split, COVID. The split started with COVID, right? And the people who are pro-COVID hate the people who are anti-COVID. And the people who are anti-COVID hate the people that are pro everything that happened in COVID. We cannot see eye to eye. And this is where light workers come in. This is where people rising in consciousness come in. You have to begin to see. You have to begin to become compassionate. You have to envelop everyone's perspective. You don't have to agree with it. I'm still living in a part of the world where we have mask mandates. Mask mandates are still a thing here. And if you don't wear them, you are judged. You are judged. So the split is still very, very present. Is it going to get magnified? Probably. It's going to continue to get magnified well into 2025. Until our numbers begin, the people who are awake and aware begin to outnumber the people who are not awake and aware, to the point that not only outnumber them, but we begin to hold positions of power. We begin to enter mainstream society. We begin to influence these systems and create different systems. If we can't influence the current systems, we create different systems that siphon the power out of the old systems, and we become the change. But this is a lifelong process, Tam. It's not going to be over in a millisecond, honey buns. You have to accept this. This world is a work in progress. The evolution of humanity is a work in progress. It will not happen overnight. Raise your son well. Raise your daughter well. Raise your children to be aware. Be a conscious parent. Bring in unconditional love. Start forgiving others, and that starts by forgiving yourself. These are the qualities of consciousness. These are the qualities of aware human beings. Aware human beings don't sit here and shit on other people. It's difficult. I want to shit on the people who started, talking about their penises on my platform, but I understand. I would like it if they were more aware. I also don't want that energy. You know what I mean? Hey, Sahara. Sahara likes to come in at the end. How are you, Sahara? I'm just finishing off Sahara, honey. But thank you for coming. Thank you for your energy. You're always welcome here. Sahara is an ex-Muslim, guys. She's also an ex-Muslim. She lives in the States. Whew, man, I'm all out of breath. All right, guys. Sahara, I love you. Sorry, but I'm finishing up. I don't mean to finish the stream just as you enter. But I am finishing up. I'm gonna go meditate. I'm like buzzing with energy. All right, guys. If you don't have any more questions, I'm going to finish off. So yeah, if you would like to support my work, feel free to join my... Love you too, Sahara. Mwah. Feel free to join my Patreon. All right, guys. Catch you later. Alligator. Take care. And stay safe. All right, you too, love.